Welcome to the Ultimate Strength YouTube channel. And here we have our lower body morning routine as well, okay? So again, the idea of this is we literally, if we have time, and we should all make time to do these movements because they feel so good and just enhance performance. We can literally roll out of bed and do these. Now, ankle mobility, a lot of people forget about the ankles and the use of the ankles. There's so many muscle fibers and ligaments in the ankles that once you start moving, especially runners, and if you're on your feet all day, it's just such a good thing to do. Remember, we're working on opening up the joints, getting a little bit more blood circulating. Normally this is done in the morning, so after being stationary at night time. Okay, so that was the ankle rotations. Now what we're going to move on, again, I'm just demonstrating where the hands are just nice and relaxed. Remember, hands then go underneath our glutes. That's just to make our back a little bit supported if we need to be in position. Okay, if you feel you've got a little bit of an arch in the back, we can put our hands underneath. So this is just a side angle. Again, make sure we do both directions. I'm just doing 10 here, and I'm only doing one round of this. Again, if you want to do 2, 3 rounds, that is fine. Now, this is a great exercise for the hips. Again, if you think about the femur in general and the hips, it's a ball and socket. And what I'm doing is pointing the toe in and out. But the area of focus is actually on the hip. Okay, so again, I'm holding that external rotation of the hip. So we get internal and external rotation. This feels so good on the hips. Now, the hips can be out of alignment as well. When I work with clients throughout my career, a lot of them kind of lean on one side of the leg. We all have little habits that we do throughout the day. And the way we live our life is through our daily habits, okay? So the hips, what I like to call the eye spine, okay? If you look after your shoulders, your spine, your hips, and your glutes, you're going to feel a lot more benefit in regards to movement. Now, this one is mainly for the hip flexor. Again, a very common, tight area of the body. We just need to kind of warm it up and get it persuaded to move and be efficient in the movement. Again, legs stay straight. There might be a little bit of a stretch in the hamstring because I'm trying to curl the toes back, but I'm trying to focus on the hip flexor. Now, the hip flexor runs from your transverse abdominis to your quads as well. So if it gets tight, your ability to squat, everything gets reduced, okay? So what we're trying to do, don't think about this as just stretching. Think about this as a slight way to enhance your performance and to feel better in moving. Because that is what training optimally is. It should be better movement patterns, better health. Now, glute bridge or hip bridge, names are sometimes different. But what I'm trying to do is just trying to wake up the glutes. Remember, the glutes are so strong in the body, but often not activated. So what we're trying to do here is just to activate the glutes. Now again, this is a hip external rotation. Now, a lot of knee issues can be chronic tightness of the hips or the back. Okay, so again, to look after the knees, we want to look after those hips and glutes. Again, this is a great stretch for the hip, but now I'm getting a little bit of rotation with the spine. Again, I'm not forcing the movement. I'm trying to keep the shoulder blades pinned down. Again, just want to get that foot down a little bit further. Again, I'm just persuading the knee out. Okay, I'm not forcing the movement. Again, I'm doing that 10-second hold just to get used to the movement, called a stretch reflex. And again, from here, trying to keep the shoulder blades on the ground. It's a really good stretch for the back and for the hips as well. If you do it, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how this makes you feel. And again, this is just one round, okay? Again, I'm just transferring it to the other leg. Again, remember, this is external rotation of the hip. I find people would sit down in this cross-legged position quite a lot, but the problem is if you're sitting with one leg in that position predominantly throughout the day, your other hip it's getting a little bit tight and it's getting left behind. So when we do things, we're trying to do things in an equal fashion. Again, this video is just going again from different angles just to show you what I'm doing. Again, as you can tell, I'm just nice and relaxed, breathing through the movement. And then the end rep, I'm just trying to breathe. And again, this doesn't have to be done in the morning time. Okay, anytime the back's feeling bad or feeling tight, the hips are feeling tight, you know, if you have a bit of space, all you need is to lie down, okay? Now, very famous movement, cat camel. Now, a lot of these movements you see look like rehab or prehab, you know, and yes, to a certain extent they are, but also we're trying to move. So when we training is expression of movement. So we really want to increase the tensile strength, the tensile movement patterns, so we can really lengthen and get the muscle fibers to contract as much as possible. So this is a really great exercise to stretch out that thoracic and mid back. Okay, and I'm trying to correlate the movement to the breathing. So again, breathing in and breathing out. Area of focus is at belly button, and then just again trying to lengthen the back as much as possible. And stay nice, relaxed. And there you go, folks. That's the morning routine. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with our latest videos.